Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you, excuse me, thank you very much for joining me today. Back in Pine Valley Zoo, and as you can see, our gorillas are busy escaping. Yeah, well, why not? Oh look, the train's coming along as well. It's going to scare the crap out of some of those train people, isn't it? So, I think you'd be a bit worried, wouldn't you, if you started seeing gorillas at the side of the train. Oh look, this one's having to sit down and blocking the train. Brilliant. Oh, she's just going to have a little nap there, right next to the train. That's brilliant. But the train can get past, at least. He didn't go right in the middle of the tracks. Doesn't have a care in the world. Well, they're having fun exploring, at least, aren't they? And a little baby there as well. Very cute. So, yes, we're going to be working on our gorilla habitat today. Lots and lots to do in here, so let's crack on. So the last episode I did our basic structure up here for the living quarters. So what I need to try and do is create a ramp for this. Not using those pieces. I want to use where are we? Yeah, so the gorillas obviously need a way of actually getting up to here. So let's give them a nice wide platform. It's going to be a bit tricky on this side because they can't actually they can't get into the hillside properly over on this side, over here. So I'm going to have to be creative with what I do here. So essentially that's what I want, and then I'm just going to copy this and move it over to this side and do something similar over here. So this one should work a little bit better, I think. If I can get this to go all the way down, because they can use all of the ground over this side, so this should work quite nicely. This is a very long ramp. I don't know if I'm going to keep it like this. I just want to get stuff in place for now. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice big strong sturdy ramp. Obviously it needs supports, but that is basically what they're going to need. Right, let's find one. Are you still asleep? Yes. Still sleeping by the train? Okay, so now where can they go? Good. Okay, so they can come up the ramp. That's great. And they can come on here. They can go inside. They can now climb up here a bit more, which is fine. I don't mind that. That's good. There's an awful lot here that they can't use. So I may have to do something with that. And obviously they can't get onto this bit of the ramp yet. So I'm guessing this is just too steep for them. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that, but that's fine. I might be able to do something with that, but I do want them to be able to get onto this ramp. So I think what I need to do is something like this. You know, cut a little sort of natural pathway for them into the cliff like this. Yeah, and then what I can do, that looks really nice actually, and I can just smooth this over a bit, create a little sort of cliff face there, and then if I come back onto this, and then hopefully I can bring this over and then create a way for them to get up onto here. Let's have a look. What do we think? Yeah, something like that looks about right. I think they could probably get up there. If I can I duplicate these straight down? No, I can't. I'm going to have to do them one at a time. That's fine. Let's just think. Do I want this as one big ramp now or not? Yeah, why not? I think that'll look nice, because once I've got lots of trees and foliage and all sorts of bushes and things all around this, I think it'll blend in quite nicely. Okay, let's try that. I've lost the gorillas. There they go. Ah, they can't quite... Oh, they can get up there, but they can't quite get off the top of that. That's interesting. Fine, let's just do a little bit of smoothing out here to see if that helps. And let's try that again. Much better. That's good. Okay, and they can now get into some of this area here as well, which is good. Still not a lot up here though. I guess that is, it's all just a bit too... It's a little bit too steep for them, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll tell you what I might do. I might sort of duplicate this and actually do like another bit like this that they can use. Just create a sort of a ridge for them to walk along. And then possibly, hang on, let's get the intensity turned up for this smoothing. See if I can blend that a bit better. And then, yeah, hopefully they can walk on this. Obviously I need to block them off at the end, and I've got to make sure that they can get onto it at this end. A lot of what I'm doing here is trial and error. In fact, that's not good, because that's stopped them going all the way up there as well, hasn't it? Which is a pain. I didn't want to do that. One thought I have had to help them climb around, actually. Let's have a look at... Oh, I'm on the wrong things. These posts, climbable logs. So I'm wondering if you can use these. Let's add them onto here. Let's get rid of the angle snap. So I'm wondering if you can use these just above the surface like this and create climbing frames, essentially, that they can walk up. So it's just like a big climbing log just above the surface. And then if it gets too high, you can just dip it in a bit like this. I don't know if they'll be able to climb these, but I want to try it out and see, because if they do, I can use these all over the place and just kind of give them access to bits like this area at the top here. Right, I'm just going to come out and see if that works. I'll be really pleased if it does. Yeah, it does. Look, they can, whoops, sorry, dodgy camera work. They can go on it, and they can now go all the way up there. They can't jump off. Ah, the barrier doesn't go up there, does it? Okay, so I need to extend the barrier. Let's just click on it. Actually, it did say they were hungry as well. Did I not put a keeper hut up here? I did, didn't I? There's a keeper hut there. Food quality, let's put that up to 3. Let's call this, let's call it gorillas for now. It's just a get, doesn't matter, but I'm a bit OCD, so let's just get those bits done. Hopefully the vets are going to look after. Oh look, here comes someone to give them some food. Good. Oh, you're going to feed them up there, are you? Okay, that's fine. Hey, as long as they're happy. Right, so sorry, I was going to look at the barriers, wasn't I? Yeah, so the barrier at the moment doesn't go anywhere near the top there. So I need to really move this further up. Get it right up to the top of this. And hopefully they'll be able to use all of this now. I don't mind them having quite a large habitat. I think it makes sense. Yeah, it'd be nice if they can come all the way up here. It's not a very usable space really for other habitats, so I might as well extend this. Right, now I feel like I'm kind of wasting space a bit there, so let's just get rid of that. Okay, and let's just sort this bit out. I'll keep it there and there, but actually I'm tempted on this bit to bring it over the other side of the tracks. I quite like the idea of them being able to actually cross the line and have the railway go through the habitat like I did with the bears. I think that works pretty well. So let's do that. Right, hang on, let's just check. Am I doing this right? Yep, just about. Let's keep bringing it over here. Obviously I'll have to put up some, I don't know, some sort of barrier. Actually I should probably, yeah, let's just leave that there, I think. And then I can put up a barrier here that kind of, I know it's kind of fake, but it'll make it look like they can't get through. You know, you have to trust your animals. I do. I trust that they won't try to escape. Are they up here? They are. Look at that. They're using their house. They got fed up here, so they've come up here for the food. That's brilliant. Right, what can they now do? Look at that. They got so much more space up there now. Ooh, disappeared for a second. There we go. Yeah, they can come up and use all of that now. That's wonderful. I really like that. However, I do want them to use this bit as well. So what I can do is just branch this off. So this is the genius of this idea here. You can get them anywhere basically by using these logs. Assuming they do use them, of course. I reckon they will, especially if I put some enrichment bits and pieces up here. If I just do that, good, at least he's out here, he's using this bit. And look at that, they can now come along here and use all of that. And then I'll do something similar here, maybe, to make it so they can come down. So I want to get all of this sort of thing in place first before I start doing any kind of foliage work, because that could get really complicated if I'm trying to do this sort of thing in amongst foliage. Right, so this is going to be a bit different. I think I'm going to have to kind of swing it over like this and down. Actually, I might just do that and just blend it into that, actually. Let's see if that works. Where's our gorilla gone? Oh, they've all gone back up here again. Okay, that's good. Right, what can they do now? Can they use that? Yes, they can. Good. Yep, they can climb up there and they can join onto that. Fantastic. And they can do a lot around here. I don't know how I'm going to do this area, whether I'm going to block this or not, but for now that's fine. They can kind of go everywhere. I don't mind that. Wow. I may have to have a lot of animals in here so that you actually get to see them, because that is quite a big area for them, isn't it? Actually, John, I might do another one of these coming up here somewhere as well, because there's quite a big area here that they're not using. I want them to come up this cliffside as well. So let's do one that comes over here. I really hope they use these. I think if I've got enough of them in here, eventually they are going to start using these things. I think this is quite a clever way of getting your animals to move around. Let's just have a look. Yes, there we go. Good. That now links up to that. So I think everything is linked now. Around here they can get around without the climbing frame, so that's all good. Nice. Right, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I want to get some more animals in because I want to start seeing them hopefully use all these things. It's pretty cool though. I mean, this is already looking nice with them going up and down these ramps. I'm pretty happy. I mean, if you were stood here, this would be a pretty cool thing to be watching, wouldn't it? To see these gorillas going up and down here. I do need to add some support onto this, of course. Try and make it look nice and strong. So I will do that. In fact, I'll do that now because I think the basic structure is there now, isn't it? I think what I'm going to use... I want them to be climbable. I don't know if these are climbable or not. Does it tell me? Climbable, yes it does, good. I don't know if it'll work, whether they will be able to actually climb these. But my thinking is to make the whole structure out of these so they could potentially use them to actually climb up to the platform. Right, how am I doing this? Don't really know how many of these I need on here. I guess maybe one there and then maybe one more. That is nowhere close to being evenly spaced, but hang on, let's just... try and get this roughly in the middle. It doesn't matter too much. Yeah, hang on. That's better. Now that I've got the grid up, I can actually see properly, can't I? Oh, and now the grid's gone. Ah, why is the grid suddenly disappeared? That's annoying, isn't it? If I click on that, no, I don't know what makes the grid appear and disappear. Never mind. There we go. Let's get them roughly like that. Okay. And then can I? Oh, they always turn the wrong way. I want this one. No, it's not going to angle right, is it? Ah. Okay, let's duplicate. Let's put it on here. Okay, let's bring it along to the edge. So I'm going to need one just on this corner here. And then a couple, I would say. Try and make it look sturdy. You're probably thinking, why is he building these up the top? Well, it's my secret weapon, you see. This is how I always do these things. You build them up the top, and then you lower them down into place. And then you just duplicate, and you keep on going until you hit the floor. Obviously some of them will just disappear into the ground, that's fine. And the rest will keep going down like that into the ground. Excellent. I do feel like it probably wants a bit more support in the middle, but you know what? It's a game. I'm not too fussed. What I am fussed about is trying... hang on, that's rotated wrong, isn't it? I was just thinking about putting in some cross beams. Okay, let's connect it to this one. Let's flip it up. And then let's flip it at 45 degrees. And let's bring it across. And now if I can bring that down. So yeah, what I'm thinking is, can I do something like this? I mean, it will look good even if they don't use it for climbing, because I'm not sure that they will. But it makes the whole structure look a bit stronger, doesn't it? Which is the main thing, I guess. Okay, I'll probably do another row just along the top there, but let's just see. Yes, it just adds a bit more stability, I think, doesn't it? So let's go that way as well, and let's do the same again. Let's just bring that down into the ground like so. Okay, good. And then I should probably see if I can copy and paste this one and get it over here. Ah, good, almost perfect spacing. Let's just bring that up a bit and move it in, something like that. Great. Yeah, that looks a bit better now, doesn't it? So yeah, so the other bit I was just thinking of was yeah, just a layer like this, possibly. Is that gonna? Yeah, I think that would look nice actually if it's done all the way along. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. Again, this is all climbable, so they should be able to walk right along the edge of this. I hope this all works anyway. If it doesn't, I'm going to be really disappointed. Something like that, and then I'll just bring this one all the way along. Yeah, I'll just keep it going. It shouldn't block anything there. That should all be passable. Obviously I will double check, and let's just copy that over to this side. Again, let's just check the traversable area, make sure I haven't messed anything up. Where are you? Up by the trains again. Yeah, that's all good. And it does say that they can do some climbing up these, so they may well be able to climb sort of vertically up them, or I don't know. Look, there's some green lines up here. Maybe they can climb down from the top. I don't know. We'll see. They can get around. That's what matters. They can get everywhere, and they can't get onto the pathway. That's the main thing. Great. That's looking really nice actually. It's going to look better once I've got a lot more foliage up there. Now I'm just looking at enrichment. Actually, let's just quickly check the staff area. Yes, good. So the staff can go... Wow, staff can go pretty much anywhere actually. That's really good. So I'm thinking I'd like to put some food enrichment up here. So let's find them. Now what are they? They're Whistland, aren't they? So right down the bottom. What do they have in the way of food? They do have one of these, but this is a bit big. I guess it could work on here. Hang on, let's get rid of that. I wonder, I mean, I think if that works, if they use that, I think that's going to be really good, because it will look nice having the animals out there feeding. I may also do one of these. Kind of in the middle of this bit here, I think. Again, so just so that they can access it, I think, from all sides. Let's just check that. Right, the staff can definitely get to it, and it says that they can get to it, so that's good. Actually, if I click on them, does it? It does tell me, yeah, accessible and accessible. Great. Good, so that's good. So that will encourage them to come up here and do some eating. We also want to put in some bedding. So this, I do want this to be their bedding area. I'm hoping this bedding doesn't mess anything up. Just want this whole thing. If you ever see gorillas in zoos, they have so much bedding. It's not just flat like this. They really pile it on because they do love to play in the straw or the hay or whatever it is that they have. Yeah, they're very playful gorillas. They really are. They're great fun to watch. Very human, has to be said. They are very, very human. But yeah, they do love to play in the straw, especially the youngsters. They hide in it, they eat it, they do all their business in it. Let's just double check all that. Yeah, look, they can get in there now. So I'm assuming that is now classed as a shelter. Oh. Why does it not say that that is classed as a shelter? That's interesting. It is a shelter. It must be a shelter. Maybe I don't... No. Select an animal to show. I just did that. I wonder why that doesn't count as a shelter. It says that nowhere does. That's a bit strange. Well, let's just keep an eye on it and see what happens. I'm sure they're going to use that. They were using it for food just now, so I don't see why they're not going to go up there for sleep. I'm surprised there aren't more people coming over here. We've got gorillas over here. Maybe if I link the pathway up more, but nah, doesn't matter. People will come. They won't be able to resist the gorillas. Great. Okay, so structure-wise, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all that. To be honest, I do want most of this to just be really wild. I don't want too much of this stuff around. I do want to just try and get lots of foliage, lots and lots of foliage. It'll be more foliage than I've ever put in a habitat before. Really jungly. It's going to have pine trees, but it's also going to have lots of palms and ferns and things, I think, as well. Like it's almost like a tropical valley. That's kind of my thinking. So let's just do a little bit of terrain work before I start on any of that. So I'm thinking, let's keep this. Do I want to keep that rocky, or do I want to make it? No, let's make it soil. And then I can do rock kind of on the cliff face, although no, that doesn't look very good. No, I'll do some proper rocks, I think, along here. But I want sort of this bit to be soil. I may even put some faux rock along here as sort of a pathway. Let's... Oh yes, actually these are the dynamic mossy rocks. These look really good. I don't want them aligned to surface. Let's try that again. Yeah, these are good. Actually, hang on. Let's just look at the moss, the normal moss ones. Do these have more moss? No, not massive amounts. That's fine. I don't need them dynamic because they're all going to stay at the angles anyway. So, but yeah, I'm thinking some nice rock work along the back here. Let's just try and mix it up a bit. I've got to keep it fairly flat because obviously I don't want to block off the traversable area. Let's get some different shapes in here. I do want to fill it pretty much. And I don't know what sort of foliage will work around these rocks. There must be something sort of moss related. I think there are some little mossy bits of stuff actually. Oh yes, there are actually some flowers, aren't there? I think on moss, or they look like moss, but they're actually rocks with flowers on. So yeah, I may have a look at that. So I'm just trying to keep this really random. And let's go smaller. Let's try and fill up some of this ground area here. Maybe just one or two of these smaller bits up the top here as well. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. So what am I doing? I'm recording. When am I recording this? I have no idea what day of the week it is. I've got a couple of weeks off for Christmas, and I always get sort of disorientated and forget what day of the week it is. It's what is it? Tuesday today. So this will be going out, I think, on Thursday. I think is the plan. Oh, that's a nice mossy bit of rock, isn't it? Yeah, so this will be going out on Thursday, so obviously as of recording this, I don't know much of your feedback. Actually, that's a bit bright, I'm not keen on that. Your feedback from the previous episodes. So yeah, if you've given me ideas for this habitat, then obviously I haven't been able to do anything about that yet, but I will listen. Obviously, you know me. I do like it when you give me ideas. So yeah, keep them coming. Right, I'm just going to look for that rock. It's I don't know what it is. Is it a rock or is it a flower? It's in here somewhere. I'm sure it is. No. Okay. Is it in rocks? Let's have a look. It's a rock with flowers. I'm sure it is, and I'm sure it must be in the rocks. No, it's not in the rocks. Okay, let's just go from here. Let's just keep going until I find it. Here it is. Campion moss. Okay, so it isn't actually a rock, but it looks like a rock, doesn't it? It's a lovely piece, actually, this. See if you can get this kind of in the little crevices like this. It just makes it look like you've got this creeping, flowery moss that kind of just plugs some of these little gaps here and there. Yeah, I really like it. There's going to be a lot of this sort of thing to do before I really crack on with the main foliage work. I'm not sure that I'll be able to get a lot up here. Maybe right on top of these rocks I might be able to get a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't work brilliantly, does it? But I can kind of get a few bits up here, I think. It's hard because it's quite thick, so it's very hard to get it to show without it sticking out really obviously. But yeah, that's all right. Right, how are we looking? Looks a bit weird at the moment, I can appreciate that, but once we've finished... Oh, that's the carpet moss. Yeah, that stuff's pretty cool, but I don't need that. I tell you what I am going to use. Where did I put our special rocks? Over here. So one of these... What is it? Yeah, this we've got that one. Actually, a couple of these have got sort of green in. I think that's probably the best one. Let's just bring that out and let's split it. Okay, let's see if I can use this on the pathway here. Oh yes, that's going to look amazing, isn't it? Of course, that's assuming that the animals can still walk on this. Right, do you know what I'm going to do? Because I've forgotten to do it. I'm just going to... Not that one. I'm just going to combine all of this into a scenery piece, just in case I really hate it and I want to get rid of it. But yeah, I think this kind of rock work along here will look really cool. I just pray I haven't messed up the traversable area already. If I have, I'll sort it out. You know, I can just widen the pathway a little bit if I have to. These rocks are so versatile, they have a lot of different uses. So this episode is just dragging on a little bit longer than I wanted, but I kind of want to get this bit looking good before I finish. To sort of give you an idea of what I'm doing. I don't like to leave a little project like this half done. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check their traversable area. Okay, I have messed it up. Yeah, okay. Right, Why can they not walk along there? I bet you it's the rocks rather than... I bet you it's the big rocks rather than the lower rocks. I reckon I've just got to widen it a little bit. And that's fine, I can do that. I can widen this just a tiny bit. And obviously, assuming this works, I can put more of these rocks on. Whoops, I'm going to have to just kind of smooth a bit of this, I think. Or, I'll tell you what I could do is... maybe this just needs to go... that's angled the wrong way, hang on. I need to... rethink that way. There we go. Right, let's try that. Right, a little bit of progress. They can now come onto here. So they can walk on these rocks, but they're still not able to go all the way along it. That's concerning. But I still think it's because I haven't made it wide enough. I don't mind if there's a nice cliff at the front here, because obviously this is all just cut, you know, they couldn't use the other bit of this space anyway, so let's persevere, because I can then just get down here and kind of pull this out and create a cliff under there, can't I? Like that. Okay, where are you? There you go. Oh no, I've made it even worse. I wonder if that's just because they can't get onto there now. Have I maybe messed up this entrance bit? Let's keep going. It really is trial and error when you do this sort of thing. Here we go, much better look. Yeah, so actually some of these rocks they can't walk on. I might have made them stick up a bit too far, but we are getting somewhere now. So yeah, I think a lot of these now need to, because obviously I played around with the terrain, so a lot of these need to be much lower, which is fine. That's, yeah, I mean even these bits need to be lower as well. Okay, I've got floating rocks. We don't want floating rocks. I mean these bits are only for decoration anyway. You're not meant to have them as a walkable thing, because they're not. A lot of animals can't go on them at all. Okay, that's looking a bit better now. I reckon they should be able to go on most of that now. Wherever you are, there you are. Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? Okay, so I need to decorate the rest as well, and I do also just want to get it back to mud. Okay, there's still quite a lot to go on this, so I think I will leave this for the next episode now. It's turning into a slightly bigger project than I anticipated, but you get the idea. You can see what I'm trying to achieve here. So what I need to do is just get some more of these rock pieces along this front area here, but lowered in enough that they can walk on top of them, and that makes a really nice little cliff face now. And then I can always put some, like a couple of toys or something up there to encourage them to use it, because at the moment they're not using any of these things because they've got no destinations. So I think if I can do something here, I could even put a little cave in actually. That might look quite nice. Give them another little shelter, because they don't seem to think this is a shelter. Oh look, our little baby's having his lunch. We've got Big Daddy coming. Is that Mummy? Yeah, that's Mummy and Daddy coming, because they put food up in here, haven't they? That's kind of cool. Oh look, Mummy's going indoors actually. Where's she going? She's going for a run. Oh, is she going to go up there? Go on, you know you want to. Yeah, look at this. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see them using our climbing frames. Which way is she going to go? Yep, she's going to go onto my little cliff. This is great. See, this is why I made the episode longer. Just so you get to witness a gorilla actually using our little climbing frame and coming along our little cliff face walk. Isn't that fantastic? This is going to be quite an epic habitat. I can sense that already from the scale of it. It's going to be quite amazing. I mean, it would be amazing, wouldn't it, to see stuff like that from down here? It would be impressive. Yeah, look at that. She's loving it. Where's she going to go? Fantastic. Oh, look, little baby was trying to join her as well. Not sure what little baby's doing. Just standing around, chilling out. That's cool. Excellent. Hey, look, Daddy's going to come up as well. Let me just speed it up, see where Daddy goes. No, Daddy's changed his mind. Okay. Mummy's going back down as well. It's great. Oh, look at that. Little baby's up there and he just jumped. That's brilliant. This is great. Cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this habitat. Oh, look, now they're having their lunch. That's fantastic. This is going to be so much fun. I like this, but obviously it needs a lot more work. A lot of foliage needs to be done on there. I might do something similar on this bit here as well. I think it would look odd if that cliff face is like that and this one isn't. So I'll probably continue this same sort of theme down into this cliff here and then into this ground piece here. But that's probably the only bits that I'll do like that. The rest, I think, is just going to be lots of thick foliage, and then sort of in amongst the foliage, what I'll do is probably create little platforms where they can climb and sit, and maybe put some toys and things, just to encourage them to go into these big blank areas. And I might leave the odd bit open as well, just, you know, where the foliage is a bit thinner. Like have some little trails where they walk, or make it look like they walk, and they sort of bash the foliage, so you've got some little trails coming down through. I don't know how I'm going to do the foliage yet, because it will take a long time if I place every single piece individually, but I'm really not sure of an alternate way of doing it because it's on a rough landscape. So it may be long-winded, it may be something that I do off camera because it's going to be quite repetitive and possibly very boring for you guys to watch. The water I will certainly do on camera and make that look really nice, have some nice fallen trees and things across that. That's going to look cool. I was tempted to put in another waterfall, so I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I might, because it would look cool to have a waterfall coming from up here somewhere down here, maybe underneath that. So that's a possibility. But obviously I don't want to keep repeating what I do. But sometimes you just got to go with it, haven't you? If something's going to look good, then why not? And I think a big valley like this with the water in the bottom, it does kind of make sense that you would have a waterfall. So yeah, we'll see. There's so much to think about, so much to do, but I'm certainly enjoying it. If you have got ideas, please do let me know. I don't know when I'm going to be recording more episodes, probably not tonight. May get a chance to do some tomorrow night. But you're not going to see this one until Thursday. Obviously, it's Christmas coming up, so Merry Christmas if I don't see you again before Christmas. Well, yeah, so I'm not particularly busy. Like I say, I've got a couple of weeks off work, so I have got some time, but I don't get that much time for recording, mainly because when my girlfriend works from home, she's in the same room as I am here, so I don't get to do my commentary while she's in the room, of course, because she needs to be able to focus on her work. So it's only evenings, and obviously in the evenings we do like to do things together. Sometimes that's what couples do, you know. We don't avoid each other, I promise you. So yeah, but I will try and keep the episodes coming all through the Christmas period. I will even try and do an episode on Christmas Day. Not that any of you will watch it. If any of you watch my episode on Christmas Day, then that is a sign of pure dedication or possibly boredom, or you're trying to escape your families. We'll see. But yeah, I will try and release one on Christmas Day at least. But there we go, that's going to be it for this episode. So what do you think of the habitat so far? What thoughts do you have? I'm going to have a good think about what else I might be able to do with this, other sort of viewing areas or some sort of incorporated, I don't know, restaurant, cafe, I don't know. If you've got thoughts, please do let me know. So let's leave it there. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying it, and please do join me again in the next episode. If you have enjoyed it, you could whack the like button for me. That would be amazing. But until then, until I see you again, goodbye for now and take care.